for us. We know you always crash and burn, but it was working for us.
He filmed a music video lying in a coffin, then died 5 months later from an overdose. He was shot dead at 20, then his song broke every streaming record on the platform. And he recorded his final album while dying from diabetes, finished it, then passed away 8 months before it dropped. 10 hip-hop songs that became prophecies. 10 artists who didn't live long enough to see their legacies solidified. This isn't about celebrating death. This is about remembering the talent we lost and the music that remains.
So all you bad folks, you must go.
Number 10, We the People, A Tribe Called Quest, 2016.
Hit the shot. Still I'm trying to move you off the fucking block.
He spent 20 years battling diabetes, recorded his final verses from a hospital bed, then died 8 months before the album dropped. Phife Dawg, born Malik Taylor, was one half of A Tribe Called Quest alongside Q-Tip.
You bastards overlooking street art, better yet street smart, but you...
He was diagnosed with diabetes in 1990 at age 20.
When we get hungry, we eat the same fucking food, the ramen noodle.
For 2 decades, he managed the disease while making legendary hip-hop. By 2015, his health was deteriorating rapidly. He needed a kidney transplant. His body was failing, but A Tribe Called Quest was working on their final album, We Got It From Here. Thank you for your service.
The fog and the smog of...
Phife knew he was dying. He recorded his verses knowing this would be his last statement.
She gon' give it to me, ain't gon' tell me none of that. She gon' take the brain away.
Some tracks he recorded from a hospital bed, hooked up to machines, barely able to stand. On March 22, 2016, Phife Dawg died from complications of diabetes.
Shaheed Muhammad cut it with precision. Who can come back years later still?
He was 45 years old. The album wasn't finished yet. Q-Tip and the group had to complete it without him.
We don't believe you, cause we the people are still here in the
We the People was one of Phife's final recorded songs, a political statement addressing America's divisions.
Muslims and gays, boy we hate you.
When the album dropped on November 11, 2016, 3 days after Trump's election, it felt prophetic. Phife's voice from beyond the grave speaking truth to power.
No division. Boy, I tell you that's vision. Like Tony Romo when...
The album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200. His first and only #1 album, and he never got to see it. Number 9, Shook Ones Part 2, Mobb Deep, 1995.
I can see it inside your face, you're in the wrong place.
He survived the streets, created one of the hardest hip-hop songs ever, then died at 42 from complications of sickle cell disease.
As long as I'm alive, I'm live illegal. And once I get on my...
Prodigy, born Albert Johnson, was half of Mobb Deep with Havoc.
Shots to share for all those who want to profile and pose.
Shook Ones Part 2 dropped in 1995 and became an instant classic.
The foundation, if I die, I couldn't choose a better location when the slugs pen.
The beat was dark, menacing, cinematic. Prodigy's verses were pure street reality.
Every man for theyself in his land, we be gunning and keep them shook.
The song defined East Coast hardcore rap. But Prodigy had a secret. He'd been battling sickle cell disease his entire life.
I did. No time to dwell on that cause my brain reacts. Front if you want, kid.
A genetic blood disorder that causes excruciating pain, infections, organ damage.
Things halfway crooks, scared to death and scared to shook. They shook cause ain't no...
He never talked about it publicly for years. Didn't want to appear weak. He kept performing, kept recording, kept touring while his body broke down.
For every rhyme I write.
By the 2000s, he started opening up about his condition. Wrote a cookbook about healthy eating to manage sickle cell. Became an advocate, but the disease was relentless.
To your life, stay in a child's place, kid, you out of line. Criminal minds thirsty for rec.
On June 20th, 2017, Prodigy was hospitalized in Las Vegas after a performance.
When I roll up the beat, go sleep because I'm free.
Son ain't shook, this ain't no such thing.
He died from complications of sickle cell disease. He was 42 years old.
Like you just get their whole body laced up with bullet holes and such. Speak
The man who made one of the hardest songs in hip-hop, who rapped about never being shook, fought an invisible enemy his whole life.
living the life that comes with guns. So numerous ways you
Shook Ones Part 2 still plays. Still sounds menacing, still sounds immortal.
Ain't no time for hesitation, that only leads to incarceration. You don't know.
But Prodigy is gone, taken by a disease he carried from birth.
Come on.
Number 8, Changes, Tupac, 1998.
The evil out the people, they'll be acting right. Cause both black and white and smoke tonight. And the only time
He rapped about death for years, predicted his own murder, then got shot in Las Vegas and died 6 days later.
we gotta make a change.
Rap star and actor Tupac Shakur.
Tupac Shakur was shot 4 times on September 7th, 1996, after a Mike Tyson fight in Las Vegas.
That's just the way it is.
He died 6 days later on September 13th at age 25.
Hear me.
I want to be only way I
Changes was released posthumously in 1998, 2 years after his death.
That's just the way it is.
The song sampled Bruce Hornsby's The Way It Is and addressed poverty, racism, police brutality, the struggles of being black in America.
Live a stage block, I got a stage strap. And I never get to lay back. Cause I always got to worry about.
Tupac's lyrics felt prophetic. He'd been rapping about death for years. On If I Die Tonight, he said he wondered if heaven had a ghetto.
Secret don't conceal the fact. The penitentiary's packed and it's filled with blacks.
On So Many Tears, he talked about being tired of life. He saw it coming.
I see no changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, it's like worth living, should I be?
Tupac was larger than life. Actor, activist, poet, revolutionary.
Come on.
That's just the way.
But he was also reckless, angry, trapped in the East Coast-West Coast beef.
He's dead. I got love for my brothers, but we can never go nowhere unless we share with each other.
The night he died, he'd stomped out a gang member in the MGM Grand Lobby.
For a purse to snatch, cops give a damn about a Negro. Pull a trigger, killing.
Hours later, a white Cadillac pulled up next to his car and someone opened fire.
Is also charged with
14 shots, 4 hit Tupac. He fought for 6 days in the hospital before his body gave up.
Now tell me what's a mother to do. Being real don't appeal to the brother in you.
Changes became one of his biggest posthumous hits.
But now I'm back with the facts, giving it back to you. Don't let him jack you up, back.
A song about hoping for a better world, released by a man who didn't live long enough to see if that world would come.
That's the way it is. Oh yeah.
Over 25 years later, his murder remains unsolved. The music remains eternal. Number 7, Hypnotize, the Notorious B.I.G, 1997. The song dropped 9 days before he was murdered. It hit number 1 3 weeks after his death. He never saw it reach the top. The Notorious B.I.G, born Christopher Wallace, was on top of the world in early 1997.
Speak my peace, keep my peace, Cubans with the Jesus peace.
His second album, Life After Death, was about to drop.
Can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me.
The lead single, Hypnotize, was already getting massive radio play.
Oh shit!
But the East Coast-West Coast beef was spiraling out of control.
What you gonna do, man?
I'm trying to get my train rolling.
Tupac had been murdered 6 months earlier in September 1996. Everyone knew Biggie might be next.
I can fill you with real millionaire shit. That's cargo, my car.
On March 8, 1997, Biggie attended the Soul Train Music Awards in Los Angeles. After an after-party at the Peterson Automotive Museum, he left in an SUV.
Right, if the head right, Biggie there. Since days are under rules.
A black Chevy Impala pulled up alongside. Someone opened fire. 4 bullets hit Biggie. He died almost immediately. He was 24 years old.
With cabbage on instinct, niggas don't think shit stink, pink gators.
Hypnotize was released on March 1st, 1997, just 9 days before his murder.
Condo paid for, no car payment.
The song was celebratory, luxurious, Biggie rapping about his success over a sample from Herb Alpert's Rise. The video showed him on a yacht, living his best life. 3 weeks after his death, Hypnotize hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. His first and only #1 as a lead artist. He never got to perform it, never got to see it top the charts. The album Life After Death dropped 16 days after his murder and went diamond, 10 times platinum.
I'm guilty, that's how I stay still. Richer than richer, so you niggas coming.
Biggie's music became bigger in death than it was in life, but he never got to enjoy it.
Hey yo, you better flee, hops, or get
Number 6, Put It On, Big L, 1995.
the break of dawn in this song, yo, it's a must that I put it on.
He made one of the greatest debut albums in hip-hop, then got shot 9 times by his childhood friend. The killer appears on his album cover. Big L, born Lamont Coleman, was one of the most skilled lyricists in hip-hop.
Nobody can take nothing from Big L, but a lost chief, the last punk.
Razor-sharp wordplay, punchlines for days, a flow that inspired Jay-Z, Nas, and everyone who came after.
I stay dressed in slick gear, peace to my homies in the game.
His 1995 debut, Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous, is a classic.
Shotty got more cash than Gotti. You don't know? You better ask somebody. Big L is a crazy brother.
Put It On was the lead single, Big L rapping over a Lord Finesse beat, showcasing his technical brilliance. But Big L never escaped Harlem. He stayed in the neighborhood that raised him, even as his career took off.
Out, I got the wild style, always been a foul child. My guns go boom.
He was working on his second album, The Big Picture, in 1999. On February 15th, 1999, Big L was standing on a Harlem street corner talking to a friend.
And I'm a lady lover, a smooth kid that'll run up in your baby mother. I push a slick.
A man walked up and shot him 9 times in the face and chest. He died instantly. He was 24 years old.
I gained clout in my name sprout. Some brothers still be virgins, the crack never came.
The killer was rumored to be Gerard Woodley, Big L's childhood friend.
To my peoples, the children of the corn, cause we put it on, adios, ghost.
The same Gerard who appears on the Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous album cover standing next to Big L.
Vince, I'm known to hit skins and get ins and commit sins with sick.
The murder was allegedly over Gerard's brother, who Big L's brother had killed years earlier. A cycle of violence that consumed everyone.
Use a funny nigga. I flows, so one of my shows wouldn't be clever to miss.
The Big Picture was released posthumously in August 2000. It went gold. Critics called it a masterpiece. But Big L never heard it finished, never got to promote it, never got to become the legend he deserved to be. His album cover haunts hip-hop, a dead man standing next to his future killer. Number 5, Dior, Pop Smoke, 2019.
Roll another one.
He was 20 years old, on the verge of superstardom, when teenagers broke into his house and shot him.
While I'm in the club, throwing them hundreds and fifties and ones and ones.
The killer was 15. Pop Smoke, born Bashar Jackson, exploded onto the scene in 2019 with Welcome to the Party and Dior. His deep, gravelly voice over UK drill beats created a sound nobody had heard before. Brooklyn drill became the hottest subgenre in hip-hop. Dior became his breakout hit.
Christian Dior, I'm up in all the stores.
The song was hypnotic, minimal, Pop Smoke's voice commanding every second.
Take mine, please don't come to mine. You know I'm like that, I'll make a movie like TNT.
By early 2020, he was everywhere.
The way that I rock, she like the way that I woo, and she let it clap for a nigga.
His mixtape, Meet the Woo 2, debuted at number 7. He was supposed to be the next big thing.
Times we had to FaceTime, 50 nights to do a state time. If you
On February 19th, 2020, Pop Smoke was staying at a rental house in the Hollywood Hills.
Like the way I heard, like a Mary.
He'd posted the address on Instagram accidentally.
Bitches in my direction. She like the way that I dance. She like the way that
4 masked intruders broke in at 4:30 a.m.
Said I'm never like you know a special packet with them automatics. We gon' send them to heaven. Wait.
They shot Pop Smoke multiple times. He died at Cedars Sinai Medical Center. He was 20 years old. The killers were caught. 4 men. 3 of them were teenagers. The shooter was 15 years old, a child.
Billie Jean.
They allegedly targeted Pop Smoke for his jewelry.
I'm up in all the stores.
His posthumous album, Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon, dropped in July 2020.
She doing back for a nigga. Like a Mary. Billie Jean.
It debuted at #1 and stayed there for 2 weeks. The album went triple platinum.
They know I'm wildin'. If I'm on the island, I'm snatching the cell. Brody got locked. The night is
Pop Smoke became a legend in death, but he was just a kid, 20 years old, killed by another kid in a robbery gone wrong.
Fuck with these niggas, cause niggas is gay. All in my page, sucking dick. All in my comments and screaming my name.
Dior still plays everywhere. His voice still sounds immortal, but Pop Smoke is gone.
Hate when you leave.
Number 4, Sad, XXXTentacion, 2018. He filmed a music video where he attended his own funeral. 2 weeks later, he was shot dead at 20. XXXTentacion, born Jasse Onfroy, was one of the most controversial figures in hip-hop.
I gave her everything, she took my heart.
Abusive, troubled, talented, polarizing. Sad was released in March 2018 from his album. The song was about depression, loneliness, mental health.
Suicide if you ever gonna let me know. Yeah, suicide if you ever try to.
X's voice oscillating between singing and rapping, raw emotion bleeding through.
Sad, I know, yeah. I'm sad, I know, yeah.
The music video for Sad was filmed in May 2018.
I'm sad, I know, yeah.
It showed X attending his own funeral, fighting his dead self in a casket. The imagery was haunting, prophetic. On June 18, 2018, X was leaving a motorcycle dealership in Deerfield Beach, Florida. 2 armed men approached his car. One shot him multiple times. They stole a Louis Vuitton bag with $50,000 cash.
Suicide if you ever try to let go. I'm sad, I know, yeah.
X was rushed to the hospital, but pronounced dead.
Yeah, suicide if you ever try to let go.
He was 20 years old. His girlfriend was pregnant. His son was born 7 months after his death.
Yeah, suicide if you ever try to let go.
After X's murder, Sad exploded. The song broke Spotify's single-day streaming record with 10.4 million plays.
If you ever try to let go, I'm sad, I know, yeah.
It hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Yeah, suicide if you ever try to let go.
His first and only #1, he never got to see it. His posthumous album Skins debuted at #1.
Gave her everything, she took my heart.
Another album, Bad Vibes Forever, also went #1. X became bigger in death than in life.
Suicide if you ever gonna let me know. Yeah, suicide if you ever.
The music video showing him fighting his dead self became eerily prophetic. "20 years old, murdered over a bag of money."
Yeah.
Sad still plays everywhere. The depression he sang about remains.
Fake, I was tangled up in your drastic ways.
Number 3, Lucid Dreams, Juice WRLD, 2018.
But you were the one listening to my heart instead of my head.
He He rapped about overdosing on pills and codeine.
Easier said than done. I thought you were the one listening to my heart instead of my.
Then he died at 21 from a seizure caused by swallowing Percocet pills to hide them from police.
You found another one, but I am the better one. I won't.
Juice WRLD, born Jared Higgins, was the voice of emo rap.
Than done. I thought you were the one listening to my heart instead of my.
Heartbreak, pill addiction, depression, all delivered with melodic hooks and raw honesty.
I bet you were my.
Lucid Dreams dropped in 2018 and became a massive hit.
So I must replace you. Oh, easier said than done. I thought
the song peaked at #2 on the Billboard Hot 100, racking up over 1 billion streams.
Shit in the past, but I wanted to last. You were made out of plastic.
Juice rapped about his drug use constantly. Pills, lean, codeine, Percocet.
And landing inside my grave.
He wasn't hiding it. He was documenting his addiction in real time.
My heartache, you made my heart.
On December 8, 2019, Juice WRLD was on a private jet from Los Angeles to Chicago.
Can't take back the love that I gave you. It's to the point why
the FBI and local police were waiting for him at Chicago's Midway Airport.
in my room. Can't take back the love that I gave you.
They had a warrant to search the plane for guns and drugs.
My everything, thoughts of a wedding.
As the plane landed, witnesses say Juice swallowed multiple Percocet pills to hide them from police.
Still see your shadows in my room. Can't take back the love that I.
He started convulsing, seizure. Paramedics were called but couldn't save him.
I still see your shadows in my room.
Juice WRLD died at 21 from an overdose of oxycodone and codeine.
Don't let you forget me.
The same drugs he rapped about constantly.
I gave you, it's to the point why I love and I hate you and I cannot change you.
His posthumous album, Legends Never Die, dropped in July 2020 and debuted at #1.
Love and I hate you and I cannot change you, so I must replace you. Oh.
Over 500 million streams in its first week.
I'm the better one, I won't let you forget me.
Juice WRLD's music became even more popular after his death.
You made my heart break.
But he was gone, 21 years old, dead from the pills he swallowed to avoid arrest.
I gave you, it's to the point why I love and I hate you and I can't.
The same pills he'd been rapping about since he started.
Two evil girls had the prettiest face. You gave me a heart that was.
Lucid Dreams still plays. The heartbreak still resonates, but Juice isn't here to feel it.
Well, didn't know what I was missing. Now
#2, Self-Care, Mac Miller, 2018.
Must be this how to play. It must be nice up above the lights and what a lovely life.
He filmed a music video where he climbed into a coffin and nailed it shut.
Take that bullshit elsewhere. Self-care.
2 months later, he was found dead from an overdose.
Now I know that the medicine be on call. Yeah.
Mac Miller, born Malcolm McCormick, had been battling addiction for years.
Right. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Pills, cocaine, lean.
It's no surprise though, and you can find me.
He'd been open about his struggles in interviews and his music. Self-Care was released in July 2018 from his album Swimming.
I remember, yes I remember, yes I remember.
The song was about trying to deal with depression, trying to find peace, trying to survive.
I made, yeah. I know that feeling like it's in my family tree, yeah.
The music video was haunting.
Surprise though, and you can find me. I ain't hiding.
Mac building a coffin, climbing inside, nailing it shut from the inside.
Yeah, well, climbing over that wall.
The coffin catching fire, Mac trapped inside.
You can find me. I ain't hiding. I don't move.
On September 7th, 2018,
Spending nights hitchhiking, where will I go? I could fly home.
Mac Miller was found unresponsive in his Los Angeles home.
But it get kinda hard to see, there's no surprise though.
He'd overdosed on fentanyl, cocaine, and alcohol.
I got all the time in the world.
The fentanyl was in counterfeit oxycodone pills he'd bought from a dealer.
Swear the hype is too tall. Yeah. So like September I fall down below.
He didn't know they were laced. He was 26 years old. His death devastated the hip-hop community.
With my eyes closed, but it get kinda hard to see.
Ariana Grande, his ex-girlfriend, was heartbroken. His family was destroyed.
See a little different. I was taking too much.
His posthumous album Circles was released in January 2020. The album he was working on when he died.
Yeah,
it debuted at number 3. Self-care took on a completely different meaning after his death.
I ride around my city when I come home.
The video of him in the coffin became unbearably painful to watch. He'd visualized his own death 2 months before it happened.
Like you hot enough to melt, Can't trust no one.
Mac Miller's music remains. His struggle with addiction remains documented in every song.
Somebody save me from myself, Tell them they can
but Mac is gone, killed by pills he didn't know were poisoned.
This shit. I've been pulling up in the drop tops with the baddest bitches. Young nigga been focused on.
Number 1. Racks in the Middle. Nipsey Hussle, FT. Roddy Ricch, 2019.
Bill, I was riding around in the V12 with the racks and
he was shot dead in front of his own clothing store 6 weeks after the song dropped.
with the flowers, 5 gold Cubans. Champagne while I shop.
He won a Grammy for it after he died.
V12 with the racks in the middle. Yeah.
Nipsey Hussle, born Ermias Asghedom, spent 10 years grinding in the streets of Los Angeles.
Got a new coupe wrapped around my neck. Trying to put the water on my.
He released mixtapes independently, built his brand, invested in his community.
I've been pulling up in the drop tops with the baddest bitches. Young nigga been.
By 2018, he finally released his debut studio album, Victory Lap.
The middle. Had to pray to Almighty God, they let my dog out the kennel. When you get.
It was nominated for Best Rap Album at the 2019 Grammys. Racks in the Middle, featuring Roddy Ricch, was released in February 2019.
Look, under no condition would you ever catch me slipping.
The song was a celebration. Nipsey had made it. He was successful, respected, a pillar of his community.
Me, I tell you, nigga, live your life and grow. I tell you, finish what we started, reach them heights, you know.
On March 31st, 2019, Nipsey was standing outside his clothing store, The Marathon Clothing, in South Los Angeles. A man named Eric Holder walked up and shot him multiple times.
Just like money, no money. Nigga shooters.
Nipsey died at the hospital. He was 33 years old.
Focused on my check. Got a new coupe wrapped around my neck.
The shooting happened in broad daylight, in front of the store Nipsey owned.
Cold game, but I knew it was chess. That's a youth in the set.
In the neighborhood he'd invested millions into.
Riding around in the V12 with the racks in the middle. Had to pray to Almighty God.
Eric Holder was arrested and convicted of first-degree murder in 2022.
Respect. Other shooters, we was both. Don't want my crew on your neck. I'm on the freeway in the drop.
At the 2020 Grammys, nearly a year after Nipsey's death,
Baddest bitches. Young nigga been focused on my check.
Racks in the Middle won Best Rap Performance.
I think got me losing my breath. I do the dash with the blues on the deck.
Nipsey's family accepted the award on his behalf. He never got to hold it.
Yeah.
Nipsey was more than a rapper. He was an entrepreneur, activist, community leader.
On my check. Got a new coupe wrapped around my neck.
His death shook Los Angeles and the entire hip-hop world. Racks in the Middle plays on.
Don't send me off to prison. Judge ain't sympathizing. Court don't show for.
A celebration turned eulogy. A Grammy won by a dead man.